guys, it's day one of Clutch Kickers. This is going to be practice and qualifying. They're not doing the top 64 tonight. Going into this, I'm super excited to drive the 15, and I know that probably to you guys it seems like the car is going to be loads better and I'm going to do better than I would in the E36, but where I'm coming from with it, the E36 is like 300 to 400 pounds lighter, and I'm a lot more comfortable driving at this track. I think the extra weight of this car, plus having the extra weight of the rear radiator setup, is going to make the car a little bit less nimble and a little bit harder to follow slower cars, where the E36 was awesome because it was a very fast car that could be competitive with the FD level cars, but also could follow a stock Z. So it's going to be a challenge, but I'm super excited to get more seat time in the S15, and I'm just looking at this as some awesome practice with tandem with this car, and if we do well, sick. If we don't, it's seat time. Let's go, baby. We're gonna find out. Alright, so first couple laps out in the 15, not gonna lie, I don't feel the greatest. It's a new car that I haven't really driven on this track in that sense, so. Gearing doesn't really make sense with the changes that we made. Car's doing some funny stuff. Freddie is running away now. Just made some changes in the tune. We took a lot of the power out of the car, so it's only making like high sixes, and he added, basically it just added back my mid-range, but still kept it pulled out up top, because the car was just like dead and super peaky up top. So it's causing me to drive in the mid-range because I didn't want to just stay on limiter, and mid-range just don't have enough wheel speed to make smoke. So we swapped out the rear gear, gave a little more wheel speed with that, and then I had him go add some mid-range back. Hopefully that will make a pretty big difference, but a lot of it is just me getting used to the car. Front end had a lot of grip too, which is weird because at OSW it didn't. So we upped the pressure a bit there because the car's just like kind of driving around the front a little bit too much. We'll go back out, hopefully feel a lot better. I was trying to get a shot. Damn, that's a nice looking torque wrench you got there.
I know. Don't mess with me.
Yeah, I'm just having a hard time with the car. I'm kind of relearning my entry points. They changed around a few of the cones, and I think it's messing up where I used to enter. Having a different car, running different gearing, kind of makes it complicated. I knew it was going to be a challenge, but I didn't think it was going to be as much of a challenge as it is right now. And the only reason why I'm talking super close to you guys is because I know the audio is really hard to hear in here, so hopefully you can hear me. This is why this is testing. After following Nate, we realized the car has way too much wheel speed to where it was kind of like a little bit boggy trying to follow him. So we're going back to the shorter rear end ratio. I gotta say, doing this, I have a lot more respect for the guys that have been running Pro 1 cars, because before I always looked at it kind of like a cheater thing when I was running the E36. But I think it's a lot harder because these cars are designed to run a lot higher speed tracks and usually have a bit more weight, designed around a bigger tire. And I'm really feeling it on this tight little go-kart style track. But I'm getting more comfortable with it. I felt like that was a somewhat decent follow, so now I just need to go make sure my leads are dialed to make sure I qualify. Finally feeling better now. So what I was doing, and my biggest problem, is that the car has so much power that normally I'm relying in the E36 to kind of let the power almost be my traction control, where in the 15 I'm like, you know, maybe going like 50, 60 miles an hour, and then once boost really hits, I'm like flashing the wheels probably to 100 miles an hour, and it's just yeeting me right off track. So what I started doing towards the end, as I'm sure you guys noticed, my runs got more and more consistent. It's literally like 50% throttle in second gear, which is still fast as f, but a lot more controllable and a lot more consistent. So the only thing I'm a little bit bummed about is these tires are so good and have so much side bite that I can't confidently just lift off the throttle on transitions because it's such a low speed track. It'd be one thing if I had, like, you know, it was third gear going 70, 80 miles an hour, but on these small transitions, I have to pull the handbrake because on some transitions, if I don't flick it super hard, which gets really dicey, the car will either straighten or maybe grip up. So I'm trying to err on the side of caution and tap the handbrake real quick to kind of unsettle the car. Not my way or style of driving, but I thought I would kind of explain to you guys why I'm doing that. It's kind of like a fail-safe, just to make sure the car doesn't get too gripped up and straightened. So yeah, but I'm feeling way better going into qualifying. I think I'm 7th up, and we'll do our best. Going up for my first qualifying. I'm a little bit nervous because when it gets cooler out, the track grips up a lot. So we raise the pressure a little bit, but I would rather come up short from a zone than go flying off. So I'm gonna use this one to get points on the board, have some fun, and then go ham on the second one. All right, got one more qualifying run to go. We got some points on the board. We're probably sitting somewhere in the top 5 or so, which should be good enough for a bye run. But we want the top spot. We want to take $1,000 guaranteed home. Freddie, we got the fire tune now?
What the pop pop bing bong ling long tune it is?
I heard the judges like the ling long bing bang, so.
It'll shoot some fire.
Okay. Chris, I'm gonna need you to finish welding the titanium exhaust to drag it on the ground the whole run.
Magnesium. Just light everything on fire.
You can weld that?
Yeah.
What are we waiting for, dude?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Old girl's, you know, a little war torn, but she's hanging in there. Not bad. Good size. I think we're gonna close out the night here. I knew how to play it safe. I chose to not play it safe, and unfortunately, trying to be really aggressive and throw it super hard, sometimes you end up coming short, sometimes you end up going flying off. But I didn't really have a lot to lose, and I wanted to kind of explore the limits of the car. I came up really short in that first zone, and definitely big oofed it there. Still got a decent score, but I was able to explore some different changes, making a lot more smoke and a lot more kind of aggressiveness. And the rest of the run, just unfortunately, my baller entry ended up costing me. So I'm still super happy. There's a good chance we get a bye run with that first run. And going into tomorrow, I'm feeling good. Definitely got some changes. Learned a lot about the car. And we'll touch base with you guys bright and early tomorrow as we either do top 64 or go straight into top 32. Let's go.
The spark plug looks like a spark plug.
Just has some, and Scardingo's bringing some. It's practice. The bracket looks great. I'm excited to drive. We did get a bye run, so we'll be starting off 32. Gonna drive hard and have fun.
Last lap was fantastic, and then he went out and started feeling a really weird vibration, thinking it might be the diff or they're checking the clutch as well. Both are the same from the full season last year. So gonna call practice early and hopefully find someone here with a quick change diff. Fingers crossed.
We started noticing some weird noises that sounded like an axle issue, but we decided to call practice. Unfortunately, I only got one chase run that wasn't even good because the big car spun and it just felt kind of weird. But we decided to call it. I think we have a diff issue, hopefully not a transmission or clutch issue. There's a gnarly clunk that sounds like a really, really bad backlash or like an axle that's falling apart. So we're gonna try to address it. We get a bye run and plenty of time to fix it. I just wish I had a little more practice, feel a little bit more comfortable, but I think we can make it happen.
Is that it or no? I don't think so. Fluid clean.
Latest update, we think it's actually my pilot bearing. So we've had this happen before, and it would explain some of the shuddering that's actually coming from the gearbox, but we're having a dilemma because we don't know if we'll have time to pull the trans to get it back in because of how complex it is to take the clutch off and we're running out of time. We might run it knowing that we either have a damaged pilot bearing or one that has fallen out, and the clutch this could strip. So right now we've all been deliberating, trying to figure out what the right move is. Time to go, ready to compete. I will do my best and pray that car does not break. we lucked out when we got through. The vibration is getting worse and worse, and I'm kind of terrified to start from the stop. I think it'll last another battle. Will it last the whole competition? I don't know. So we'll see.
Calling the blue Miata. Benjulian. Ethan Hodges. And the other guy that didn't bring his car, probably going to that
All right, so for my first top 16 battle, I'm actually going up against my good friend Ethan. I think this is like the second or third time we've gone up against each other in clutch kickers. He knows my car issues. We were just talking. I rode out with him the grid. But if my car breaks, I'm gonna be pumped for him. If he beats me fair and square, I'm gonna be pumped for him. If I win, I guess I'm not gonna be pumped for him, but I'll be pumped for myself. But I'm stoked that I'm going against Ethan because either way, it's a win in my eyes, and I'm just pumped that I made it thus far and gotten more seat time in the car. So having a great time. And honestly, drifting is like a great way to stay in shape. best driving I've ever done. But one of the things I was thinking about is like if I had a expectancy of my drivetrain to hold up for like 8 more runs, I definitely used up like 6 on those battles because I was clutching in, jumping, driving my absolute hardest. Like that was super fun. My leads I'm struggling with, but following Ethan, like I've been with him so much and he's such a great driver that he just laid a perfect line that I was able to chase. It's basically not an off switch right now where like as soon as I lift my foot off the clutch, it goes, I don't know if you guys can hear it in the video, but I'm pumped. I'm excited to go into the next battle.
Oh, looky here, the competition trying to come out asking what tires we're running. What is this?
We're going up against my good friend Sean next. He was coming over to check out our tires. I told him he could run a set on his car, but he declined.
He was trying to sneak behind you. I called him out.
That's okay. There's no secrets here. He thinks we're playing mind games and thinks the car isn't actually broken, but...
He does. His everything Adam says, I just tell him, actually we're playing mind games. It could be broken, it could not be.
It's opposite day because of the time change.
Yeah, I told him we're going to put new tires on right when he leaves. He doesn't believe us though.
We're going to put the 345s on. Hey Chris, get the 345!
Oh, okay.
Right before Adam goes out, I'm just gonna go over there and look like I'm dropping the pressures to like 5. I'm just gonna stay on the wheels just to psych Sean out. You know he's looking. You know he's looking. Watch what I'm gonna do. Hey,
Good job,
awesome
Chris.
driving.
Next time.
I'm glad it was you two there.
I know, that was a blast.
That was rad.
I know.
And one more time.
I know. That was a super fun battle with Sean. I guess he had a couple bobbles that Freddie told me over the radio. Just give it a 2. We have like a rating scale now, 2 to 4. So I just did a nice conservative chase, got the win. Now we're going up against HOHNADELL, who's probably one of the most talented drivers at this track. Big angle, tons of smoke. We battled before in a Z, but this time he's in his pro car. This thing is sick. Where'd you guys see it?
Gotta conserve as much of the car as possible.
So with that run with ALEC, I thought I did great. I saw in the video that he straightened, and a lot of you guys were commenting that we should protest it. So we did. It did appear as if maybe there would have been a one more time because he straightened. But what the judges explained to us is I had two faults because I kind of missed one of the outer zones, and I didn't have as good a proximity where all he had was that straighten. I just kind of slept at the light a little bit, left too much of a gap, and that's what happened. That was probably my best lead run of the night. I was like lock to lock the whole time, carred more grip than it had ever had before. And I think Taylor just kind of surged a little too hard, hit me. Did not spin on purpose, guys. I think it'll be very clear from the in-car footage. Yeah, now we got a 20-minute call to fix the car. That was a blast.
Fine. Right behind you. You're good? Yeah.
Good job.
Fine.
Good
Good?
job, Chris.
Yeah, good. Cool. Good?
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for your help, everybody.
I'm stoked I got to do my burnout. I was thinking about what I would use the $3,500 for, and I could use it towards building the bottom end in the E36. I don't think it's enough for a hot tub. If I won, maybe it would be enough for a hot tub. That's like my ultimate dream. But maybe I could rebuild the bottom end in the E36. I have to replace the work front wheel and then a new Yashio factory front fender and then a new clutch. The $3,500 isn't, no, it's not. But it was super fun, and I'm super stoked and thankful for Klutch Kickers for putting on an event that allows drivers to take home money and to be rewarded for putting it all out there. So thank you, Colette, for everything. You're amazing.
You did so good!
Only because of you and Freddie and Chris and Mike and other Mike
Because I
and
intimidated
Daphne.
everyone and threatened them before your battles, so
Yeah.
that's why.
I'm super thankful. This was a lot of fun. I'm gonna close the video here because we gotta load up the car and boogie the out of here because it's after party and we're going.
Yeah.
My first Klutch Kickers podium. There's a lot of people watching me as I'm walking right now. It's really uncomfortable. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.